Welcome back to the Real Estate News. With me now is Geri Colucci, owner of Equitable Property Management. Hi, Geri.
Hi.
Well, we love having you here, and today we're going to talk
you.
about reading the instructions. So can you tell us, what do you mean by read the instructions?
Well, the property management business is one of relationships, and we have several documents that we have to abide by: management contract, leases, and the South Carolina Landlord-Tenant Act. And if everyone reads their instructions, then we all get along a lot better.
Well, now, what are the instructions that, say, an owner of a rental property needs to read?
An owner of a rental property needs to read the management contract in detail, so he or she understands her obligations to the company and to the tenant that we're going to place into their property.
Okay, now what about the tenant? What are the instructions that they need to read?
The tenant needs to really read their lease and understand their commitment. They can't sign a lease and then 3 months later say, oh, by the way, I'm moving. So that we go through that lease. It's about a 7-page document, and we go through it in detail with the tenants so they understand their obligation.
Okay, and now what about you, Geri, and your office staff? Are there instructions that you have to read?
We do. We have to abide by South Carolina Landlord-Tenant Act, and that protects the owner's interests and also the tenants. And sometimes it's a very fine line that we have to explain to both parties, but that is pretty much our operational document.
Okay. Now, are there any special instructions during hurricane season?
Oh yeah, the simple one is mandatory means mandatory. It doesn't mean voluntary. So when the town says evacuate, we expect everyone to evacuate, and that's a really big issue.
Okay. Now, how about any instructions that need to be read in reference to the many planned communities on Hilton Head?
And that's really important for the tenants because each community has its own rules and regulations, such as parking, grilling, how many tenants can live in the property, and a tenant will be responsible for the fines if they don't follow the rules and regs. So we go over with them in great detail all of those rules and regs.
Well, as usual, so much helpful information, and you have very fortunate tenants and owners. So thank you, Geri.
Thank you. It was good to be here.